How you doing, everybody? Randy Richard in the shop. Don't you love it when boxes show up and they're marked heavy? Let's see what's in the boxes and what we're going to do about it. Let's see what's in the big box. What we have here is the makings for a ZT Fabrication welding cart. This will hold my Lincoln TIG 200 and my new Miller 211 MIG welder. And it looks like all the parts are there. Thank you, Paul, for supplying me with a new welding cart from ZT Fab. And I'll be getting going on this right away because I really need it. And I can't thank Paul enough for sending me a cart, and it looks extremely well packed and very nice, very high quality materials to make it here. Looks really good. So we'll be getting this put together here. A lot of welding to do, it looks like. So thank you again, Paul, and we'll get started on it. Like, right? Oh, a couple stickers. We'll get started on this thing right away. Well, first I went to the website, and which is allacart.com, and that's what it's supposed to look like in the end. And I downloaded the instructions on assembly, and the real nice drawings. They just step you right through it. I think there's only like 11 or 12 steps. 11 steps to the assembly. And we're just going to get going on it. So I've watched everybody else's videos on this. It's pretty straightforward. And I'll be mostly TIG welded, I think. That's what seemed to everybody does to make it look good, but I might even actually MIG weld a couple of little bits of it. So I'm cleaning up the edges just real quick with a flap wheel, and we'll get these tacked in place on the base. The finish on the material is just wonderful, and so I'm going to try not to, of course, screw that finish up, so we can paint it in the end. Alright, step one complete as far as tacking goes. We'll do all the final weld out way down the line here. I'm using a bolt over here to keep this lined. other than that, overall came out pretty good. I am not a fabricator by any means, and this is a great project for me. I'm going to learn a lot, and I'm getting way better at my TIG welding. So it's coming along, and time for step 5 actually. So we're moving right along here. Now, time for the large handles to go on, and underneath here I have 2 fireball squares and some 1, 2, 3 blocks right underneath, so to support the tube in the hole. Then we're going to take this, and this fits just absolutely perfect. Just drops right in. There we go. And I'm going to use a magnet to hold it square back and forth this way. We'll get this one in like this. Then we'll put the other one in, tack it in. And then we'll put the spacing between the two. I'm going to square this one up nice and tack it. Then we'll square the other one up nice and tack it. And then we'll be go on to the other handle. Alright, those are tacked in, nice and sturdy. And we'll put the things that hold the bottles on, I think, next. And get those, get them spacing right. I've tipped it on its side. I'm holding this one, making sure it stays square with the base. I'll tack this side first. I measured from the bottom here, or from the platform here, the top edge is at 23 inches. And that's where I'm going to put it, because I have big bottles, so it's about as high as I can really set it. These are the welder mounts. They're 2 pieces, boom, boom. And these are the stops, so they stay in place. They sit in some slots here that you weld in. And my longest welder is 20 inches, and the other one is about 19 1/4. But I'm going to set this thing here. I'm going to set this one about right back here quite a ways. So I have plenty of room here if I want to change that or set it. I'll set it where I want. I'm not sure which welder is going to go on top yet. So I'll think about this some more because of the drawer that's going to go in the bottom and the height of the welders. Now we have a cord, hose hangers. I'm going to have 4 of these, 2 on each side up top here, and wherever I want, really. Pretty much I'm going to place it up in the front here, 1 in the back here, and then 2 on that side. Looking pretty good though. Rolls around really nice, very stable. Really liking it. This is the drawer. I just have a couple tacks inside. Everything's aligned and as per the instructions actually, and I'm going to spot weld this. But I'm going to use the MIG welder on this. It's a lot quicker and a lot easier to reach in and get those little spot welds. Okay, I've turned it over and I have a block of wood underneath here to rest it on. So the bottom here is pushed tight against these flanges. We're going to spot weld these. There, this top shelf is just tacked in. Drawer slides are mounted, and the drawer fits perfect. Now just finish weld that, and then I have some accessory bars to put on, and a foot pedal holder. Still quite a bit to do, but coming along very nicely. So there's the cart. Well, the cart is basically together. I have a couple little welds I'm going to do to secure everything. This is the foot pedal holder. I got a couple welds I'll do on the back of that. This will be the cord holder for the foot pedal. Then we have cord. Then we have more, cables and hoses and for your welders up here. And I got another holder on the other side there. Bottle rack back here and tube holders for TIG rod holders. Let's see, I bought some of those. Those are coming. The wheels are on and all that. So I'm just going to make a couple welds. I'm going to then take the drawer. Of course, that's the drawer. Take the drawer out, pull the slides off, pull the wheels off, and I'm going to get a coat of paint on it. This has been a great project for me. Fine-tuning those skills you don't have. Well, that's what I worked on this. I did a lot of TIG welding on the base, mostly all TIG welding, a little bit of structural. I put a couple extra MIG welds in the base. I'm going to MIG weld these tubes in, MIG weld these in. I did some TIG welding up here. And then some MIG welding on the box here. So I did a little of everything on this. No stick welding, but I did a little bit of everything and learned a few things, of course, especially with aluminum bronze. And more work for your skills. I'm not a fabricator. This is the first real project like this I've really ever done. I've built a lot of things, but never something like this, I should say, where, you got to take some finesse and make sure it fits relatively good. The drawer works and all that stuff. You need a big steel ladder or a new steel deck put in or something big. I've done a lot of that kind of stuff. Fix a pipeline. But this type of thing, I really have never done a project like this. This was just an excellent experience for me. I feel like you could do this. Of course, you don't have to TIG weld. You could MIG weld the whole thing without a problem. Stick welding might be a little tough, but you probably could do it. But MIG weld, you can MIG weld this whole thing really, and it would come out just beautiful. Rear wheel, washer, sleeve. Now these have roller bearings in them. Very nice. There's really nice wheels. Sleeve for the bearing. Washer, cotter pin. Front wheels. Now to make the installation of the front wheel a little easier, remove the axle and drop that wheel out. Pretty simple. That way you can get a socket up in here for the nut real easily. This bolt drops in, slips up, nylock nut, and I'm going to put a wrench on top here to hold the bolt, and socket underneath makes it real easy. Otherwise the wheel's in the way. Then to slip the wheel in. There we go. Ready to go. So the power just went out. It was off for, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds. And then generator came on, of course, and the power is back on with the generator now. So we'll see if how this goes. Perfect. Change for the bottles. Well, that makes this cart complete. Came out just fantastic. Everyone should build one. It gives you a great assembly experience. But it came out just wonderful. And the drawer, it's going to be a fantastic welding cart. Fun build. Gives you lots of good welding experience and just a great unit. I just want to say thank you to Paul over at ZT Fab Fabrications, just at zerotolerancefabrication.com, and just thank you for supplying the cart for this build, and going to come to great use here in the shop. Nothing like a little color to brighten things up. That looks a little better, huh? Let's see. Oh, look at that. Even came with the right kind of sticker. Now that looks pretty doggone good to me. Now we can call it done. Let's put some welders on. Go. It's perfect. A few things in the drawer at least. The welding helmet fits perfect, and some gloves. And last but not least, and I marked the tops of these with what rods in them. TIG rod holders. These are very nice. Rod Guard brand holders. There's the cart all outfitted, except for bottles. I have 9-inch bottles, and this is for a 7-inch bottle cart. But this cart actually fits better in my space. The other carts are bigger and wider, so this will be fine. I'll start looking for some 7-inch bottles for this. This came out beautiful, just beautiful. Rolls around nice and easy. Very maneuverable. And it sure looks good.